Alright, so I've got my papers and I was looking through some of these other ones that I've made, and let's see, I really like this circle with this bright spot on it, and it's giving me an idea for this halo around her head, and I think that watermelon color, it kind of picks up here. This is alcohol ink, which I'm not sure I want to use on here, but the color, I'm just kind of seeing that maybe around her head. So something to think about. And then I like the pattern that it will mimic, you know, the dots that are in her dress. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now for pattern. I had this one also had those bright pinks, bright pink dots, and I'm thinking somehow I want to incorporate that color and that pattern in here. So this is the sheet that I just made. This was my sample sheet. So I'm going to consider, do I want to do a bustier in a different color? Do I want to do the whole thing dots? And how is that going to end up? So I'm just going to start tearing, and I have my Mod Podge, which is what I'm going to use, and I have a cheap brush for my glue. And I have my other papers on hand, I think. I have these that are purchased papers that I just want to keep them out. They made it to my reference card, so I want to consider, you know, what does her dress look like? Does it have a trim down here? You know, and if you're tearing, angle your turn your pages and your pieces in all different angles, because what you thought might work best might be a different angle. So I'm creating this a little bit as I go. And another thing to consider is that we don't have to cover the entire dress with collage. So I'm thinking about that a little bit. I'm thinking, do I want to use the acrylic paint and do her dress in black? That would kind of be a go-to for me. I'm thinking about this design and, you know, like how do I want to incorporate these? Can't really tear that, can I? Well, let's see what happens. It's all an experiment. I also tell myself things like, it's just paper, right? You can make it again. Just want to see. I mean, I don't think I can get this piece of paper on here, but I want to see what that looks like. I'm really liking whatever is happening there. So I think what I want to do here is a big swash of black, and I'm pretty sure that was black acrylic paint. So let's do that. And I think I'm going to get a bigger brush. So I'm kind of marking with water, and I'm going to water down the acrylic quite a bit. I'm pressing with the belly of my brush there. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to take my small brush and do her dress in acrylic. You could do this with gouache, which I have done. I like this black though because it's carbon black, so it's black black. The gouache I have is too bluish. Honestly, for me, what I enjoy most about painting or creating is the doing of it. I don't often love my end result. I don't know, it's weird. I don't love the end result, and I almost feel like, here, I'm gonna stop talking, and I'm gonna have her bodice come across, like right below her elbows. Anyway, I feel best while I'm painting. It's like the joy that I have in painting then is over when I'm done painting. Which I guess that makes sense, but for me it's not about the finished product, it's about doing it. Doing it and sharing it with other people like you. So that you can do it too. All right, let's see. I wonder what would happen if I dropped a dollop of that right here, away from the face. What would happen? That's going to be scary. Let's see what happens. That's 2 drops. This stuff is so messy. And it doesn't bleed. It's bleeding through the black. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's okay. I'm going to leave that and let it do its thing for a minute. Let's see, back to this. Looking for those other pieces that I need. You know what? I am thinking like this one. This is right here. All right, I'm going to commit to this paper. using a putty knife to smooth it out. If you've got a credit card or other kind of scraper type thing, that will work well. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is take my Stabilo pencil. I'm going to get it wet and I'm going to make some new lines. And I'm also going to continue these dots. I'm going to build on that a little bit. If it seemed for a little bit like I didn't know where I was going with this, that's because that's true. Let's see, I am also going to come in and I want to do some more lines back in here and I want to bring this kind of pinky color down here. Let's see what happens. This stuff is so scary. Where else? I don't want to do too many of those. Oops. I have a cat trying to get in my room. Hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit more color on her lips, and that might not be the right color anymore, but so I dipped my brush in this little dot right here, and then I put a little bit up in her lips, and that was just perfect. This alcohol ink scares me, but I want to do some more over here, so I'm just going to do a drop. go back in with my pencil a little bit, I think, and just define some of these lines that got washed out with the watercolor. So at this point I'm just mark making and pretty much finished, and looking for any last minute details I want to add. And it kind of, now these to me kind of look like flowers. And I'm wondering, well, I think I'm just going to leave her. So, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson, and I can't wait to see what you make. Thank you.